In this video, I am challenging you to solve these geography questions. Let's start. Which is the deepest ocean trench? Which country has the most time zones? Capital of Kazakhstan? Largest lake by volume? Which river crosses the equator twice? Smallest country in Africa? Which desert is the coldest? Capital of Mongolia? Which country borders most nations? Longest mountain range? Which sea has no coastline? Highest capital city? Which river is longest in Europe? Largest island in Mediterranean? Capital of Ethiopia? Which country has most volcanoes? Largest peninsula? Which strait separates Asia and North America? Highest capital city? Largest bay in world? Capital of Iceland? Which plateau is highest? Longest river in Asia? Which country has most islands? Largest glacier? Which ocean is smallest? Capital of New Zealand? Which desert is driest? Which river forms U.S.-Mexico border? Which country has no rivers? Largest delta? Capital of Norway? Which continent has no deserts? Largest coral reef system? Which lake is saltiest? Capital of Chile? Which country has most natural lakes? Longest coastline? Which river flows through Baghdad? Largest landlocked country? Capital of Finland? Which ocean current warms Europe? Largest archipelago? Which desert spans 10 countries? Capital of Peru? Which country is both Europe and Asia? Which river is sacred in India? Largest inland sea? Capital of Denmark? Which mountain is highest outside Asia? Which country has fjords? Largest rainforest? Capital of Argentina? Which river is in China only? Which country has most earthquakes? Which sea borders Jordan? Capital of Hungary? Which is largest gulf? Which continent has most countries? Which island is shared by 2 countries? Capital of Poland? Which river flows through Paris? Largest sand desert? Which country has most borders in Europe? Capital of Thailand? Which country is called Land of Fire and Ice? Which ocean surrounds Maldives? Which mountain is active volcano? Capital of Austria? Which river flows through Egypt? Which is largest European island? Which country has most deserts? Capital of Morocco? Which is highest waterfall? Which continent has no rivers? Which lake is shrinking? Capital of Greece? Which country spans 2 continents? Which strait connects Black Sea to Mediterranean? Which is driest continent? Capital of Vietnam? Which river flows through London? Largest volcanic island? Which is highest plateau? Capital of Colombia? Which is longest river in Africa? Which country has Great Barrier Reef? Which is largest sea? Capital of Philippines? Which desert in India, Pakistan? Which mountain range separates Europe and Asia? Which is deepest lake? Capital of Ukraine? Which country has Amazon rainforest? Which is longest river in world debated? Which is largest freshwater lake? Capital of Turkey? Which continent is richest in minerals? Which country has Andes Mountains? How many atomic bombs has Iran made so far? Let me know the answer in the comments.